Alright, hello gang. Dan the Tool here. Just gonna do a little GTV cribs kind of thing here, a little grounded TV cribs action. Just show you guys a little tour of the base that Sweeta and myself have put together. Now, one thing I'm not going to do, one thing I can't stand, I'm just kind of throwing it out there while I watch all the YouTube videos. This is an open sandbox kind of game, so the whole meta best base. There's only one base location. This is the best location, or you're fucked. Or you need to put your base here, or you're a fucking idiot. No, I don't believe in any of that. I believe have fun, build your base, whatever. But I also believe that after so many hours of Madame Sweeta and I playing the forest together, we kind of had a good idea of where's a good spot to establish your base. So what we came up with here is, and after watching a few YouTube videos, it appears that other people would agree that this is a pretty darn sweet location. I revealed to you guys Fort Kickass, aka the Sweet Base. So before we kind of get into like the full growth, I'll just start off with our base in the beginning consisted strictly of this room right here, which has been expanded to be about 3 times bigger than it originally was. Originally, it was just a little 3 tile by 8 tile over here, and then expand the wall that way, expand the wall the other way, add the hot tub, and all that good nonsense. And then out here, where we have all these large chests, which eventually Sweet and I are gonna clean up and turn this into a chest room, was literally just 6 to 8 chests right here, just right on what was the coast. And then from there, what we were kind of going for, what I was kind of going for the castle design, after we moved past sticks and grass, was I like the old kind of like the limestone kind of look, this white brick made out of all the mushrooms. So essentially, the entire base was renovated, just routed from the ground up. And I think I was kind of going around this base, and I was kind of like trying to consider and understand what might be original structure. And I think of the entire thing. We just move one of these walls out of the way here. This right here, all of these actual wood structure and here, even the foreign exchange, but this wood structure I think is the only thing that remains. That's been here since the dawn of Sweden and I. From there wasn't really any of these exterior walls. It was just open concept with the water catcher and basically this stone that kind of lines this whole wall right here, which I've now kind of covered with pebble work, was just an open stone that smaller creatures couldn't step over, and the bigger ones, well, Sweden and I would take care of that shit. One of the first things we kind of expanded on was the kitchen here. This is our little kitchen area. It's still not as static with it. I would like the kitchen eventually to be its own kind of pocketed room. But for now, it's just kind of like a pocket corner. But it's got everything we need. Mentioning maybe making more stoves so we can cook more. But for the most part, everything that we're doing, we've got more than enough. What we got right here. Even the storage bin. People might be thinking, get more storage bins, get more of the rope. What do you call them? The weavers. We've found that we have abundance right now. And this seems to be plenty. And yeah. So from there, we had, this used to be our blacksmith shop. This is now turned in kind of just a more of a museum of weaponry and armor that we've put together. And back into the main house here. We always had this chimney kind of in place. The chimney location moved slightly, but all this flooring in here. I like that slight elevation change in the floor. Love that. Our now queen size bed, room for the both of us, complete with a nice cushy carpet on each side. And we can jump right out of bed, right into the hot tub. Beside us here we have our food and water, so you wake up, top that off, get on with your day. In here we put all of our equipment. Can't really show you that. That's with Pete. But yeah, let's get in there, Pete. Yeah, just keep our equipment in there. Equipment, our accessories, stuff that we don't really use, but we don't have a full set to really make it worthwhile to put on to our little mannequins here. Our second floor, we kind of turned into an art gallery. Just a nice big open spot where we can kind of come in here and really feel a nice pretty room and get our mojo up and our giggles on. And here, this is now the upgraded blacksmith room. We had the initial anvil down below, and then we got this big juicy yoked anvil. I built this one up on the second floor here, so you kind of have like a first tier blacksmith down there, then a second tier blacksmith, and then Sweeta realized you can do all the blacksmithing on this yoking station here from level 1 to level 10. So it was like, let's get rid of 2 blacksmith stations, just have 1. So we congregated it all, compiled it all into this room here. Now at night you can see it lights up nicely. But once again, more art on the wall, more weaponry on the wall. Really let people know it's a blacksmithing shop. One of the newest expansions, what I'll kind of go in right now, kind of jumping ahead on a few other expansions we made, but one that I'm really, really happy with and one that I renovated the living hell out of last night, is Sweeta's Throne Room. This is if anyone wants to have an audience and talk to Queen Sweeta, she's got to go through this first, and welcome to the Intimidation Room. So it doesn't work the same with Pete. Madam Sweet looks a lot more intimidating, but, you know, Pete gives off more psychotic warlord vibes in this shot. And so this was, the throne room was kind of like, you come to the step, chairs right here. Really didn't have that kind of like inset pocket room there where the Red Queen Ant watches over everything, make sure no one's fucking about. The new addition I added last night is this little staircase. Oh, I don't want you. I went too far. Yep. This little staircase into this little underside room where you can either kind of, you know, someone tries to assassinate the queen, we can run away back into the main room, or, whoops, slippy doodles. Beat you too fast. The one thing that I like is that if, you know, assassination attempt, Madam Queen, we need to leave. You can either take the staircase like a nice demure lady herself, but real emergency, it's the yeet, get the fuck out of town, take this staircase, and then check this out, love this. The underwater walkway. I am basically grounded Jesus now. And yeah. So also new, one of the newest additions. Actually, this is the newest edition. This is the brand new project Madam Sweet and I have been working on. Where does this even go? Ah, yes. This goes to the Sandbox Castle. It's the only toilet we've got so far, the only teleport we've got so far. But one of the newest things we've been working on is making this a full kind of walkway across here. Now, this isn't completed. You'll see a few blueprints coming up. This is about as far as I got before. See all this? This is where all the blueprints kick in. So if we bring out Handy Manny over here, we got ourselves a full pathway that takes us over to the north section. Not completed, but yeah. And then another staircase complete with nice little structured stuff. New project I'm thinking about doing, since that we have it over here, what I might try to do is make a trampoline park. Never really done that yet, and just make one where you jump on one, goes bong, bing, bong, all the way to the top there. I think that'd be kind of fun. Another expansion idea, I would like to complete these grassy trails all the way across all of these lily pads. I don't know if I want to make one from here over to there. That might get a little bit silly, but I would like to make one that completes all the way over, and then one that trails over to here up to this little ramp-on spot as well. Not that Sweet and I will actually really use that. 9 times out of 10, we're probably going to just be using the toilets or the tower, the zipline tower, which I'll show you guys now. Once again, we haven't really put too much into the gardening either, because we've never really had any difficulties with resources, let alone the super duper snack. So let's go back into full Weevil mode. I mean full. I know he's just the gnat, but I call him Handy Manny. Let's go back into Manny. So from there, I kind of jumped ahead when I showed the throne room, but we started making these, what do you call them, parapets? These little walkways around the outside wall, complete with all of this structure. This came, you know, kind of mid-game, you know, before we beat the game and got a new game plus, but we had no exterior walls to our castle for the longest time. And one thing I really enjoyed doing, which you can kind of see more over here, I like having a little bit of rubble kicking around, especially in an area which you're still building up. Now, at this point, most of the area has been built up. You can see I do enjoy a bit of the disheveled, needs a little TLC look sometimes. So that's what these like loose stones are hanging around. Just kind of just just, we're doing the work, but, we got somewhere to store these rocks, you know? And then as we build walls up and up and up, I tend to kind of clean this up a little bit more and then put the rubble more up here. Now this juice box is interesting because you can't actually build off the juice box. So I'm going to have to like make the structure go across the whole thing. But even this guy, I want him overseeing everything. I just wanted a bunch of bugs sitting on top of the juice box, but the game won't allow for that, which is fine. Added these 3 towers. Eventually this itself might turn into another fortified tower kind of situation. But in the meantime, it's just kind of a little, it's more like a little watch area. Also thinking maybe some of the kitchen elements can bring the kitchen elements up here and make this a second floor kitchen. But I don't know if that's really necessary. I like having everything kind of centralized right now. When I'm building things, I kind of park Pete right about here because that puts him in proximity of all the items in our chest here, but also keeps us in proximity of our weed stem and grass collection over here. I have 2 large collections for both stem and wood, just because I feel like that's enough. As you can see, both are completely empty. That was brought upon by losing all my wheat stem, building up all of this understructure, and then all my grass is gone from building up these trails. So that's just a simple matter of replenishing them. One thing I'm very, very proud of, Sweeta requested a balcony. She just asked for a nice little balcony that overlooks the water. Kind of get a better idea what it was. It looks almost like this is Sweeta's like relaxing lounge room. This is what she kind of asked for. Just like a little patio space where she can have a chair and just have a little R&R. We originally kind of had this hanging off as a patio off the main room, but we kind of just built it into the basketball court. The basketball court, I just wanted it to be like that, to something that can kind of take care of the abundance of grass. So we just made this kind of like the green room, where else everything is kind of medieval modernized with the white brick. This one right here is like this is the green room. We also have that with our tower, but I'll show you that to you guys in a moment. So yeah, this is what the patio turned into, which was just a little walkway where you could sit down and relax, has turned into a full-blown, fully structured bridge that crosses all the way up. I just wanted to go up to here because multiple times I would see the crow or the raven, I'm not sure which one's which, land right about here. So I just want to get up all in his face and see if you can say hi. Turns out, yes, you can say hi to the crow. You can't damage him. He can't damage you. He's just a passive creature that flies about. Now, going back to the bridge here, this structure started off strictly. Now, this is some of the what you call it the quote-unquote original structure. This grass trail, of course, in the beginning, you make everything out of grass because it's the most abundant resource. Haven't really changed it up, but this was strictly this path, this ramp, and this ramping system all the way to go up to here. A little gross, a little sloppy, a little bit slapped together. But this was also, keep in mind, now this, I'm quite impressed with myself on this one. I built 90%, no, I built 100% of this original bridge structure, and then a good portion of the structural columns underneath it, without the knowledge that you can use Handy Manny here to do all your construction. So that meant, and I really do wish I had a time lapse and show you guys kind of like the earlier areas. Also, yes, I have a glitched out bell spider that just kind of floats here permanently. So yeah, don't worry about him. He's just a grumpy butthole. But yes, all of these columns that were built up, it was when I got to about this column, what I had to do to build these columns, I had to build another, where is it? Another staircase system beside everything. Randomly pop a staircase, say like right here, guesstimate the height I would need to be to at the end, and have a staircase that would wrap around the column so I physically, as Pete, as tiny 3-inch Pete, could build these walls and at least place the blueprints. Then I'd have a platform in the water, just above the water there. I would climb up to here with 20 logs or whatever on my shoulders, and I'd stand right here with Pete, walk backwards, and as I fell down onto the platform, would just jam on the square button until he would place the wood. Then one day, I saw, what is this handy gnat thing you can do? And my life was changed as a carpenter. And so from then on, it's like, oh shit, I can do some crazy shit now. So I then immediately added more to the bridge and became much more accessible. to add these more triangle units and these more square structures to really get it look structured up. One of the recent things I did was add this little mushroom brick kind of, I don't know what you call them, like a pilaster. I don't know what that technical term is, but just as more of a, give it more of a structural look. Because when I had it, that flimsy, just one grass trail, Sweeta's first reaction is that safe? Because it didn't look safe. So then from there, we've added a secondary walkway, which is just kind of a nice corridor, which now has been attached to the throne room, and the hot tub access has turned into a full speed burst that takes us over here to, I don't know what you call this little stone decor ramped into here, built into the coin, which is kind of nifty looking, I think. And this is where Sweeta likes to go over to the Burgle lab over there. I like to go over here to kind of do all my sciencey stuff and my deduping and whatnot. And so this is the Sweeta Bridge in honor of Madame Sweeta. And then up here we've got Willie Tower in honor of our friend Willie, who let us know that these zip lines, there's no maximum distance for the zip lines. And so Willie was nice enough to know, get your structure up on high, and then you can connect your zip lines to basically anywhere in the world. And we've done that. And this one connects to the deck. This one connects to our house. You know, this one goes over to the hedge maze. Madame Sweeta called the Brew Mother hole because she just associates the hedge maze with the Brood Mother over there, which is amazing. This one's called Operation Deep Throat. It goes right into that guy's mouth. And then, you know, from there, this one is just a very obscure one that goes up onto the wall. I don't know why we have that one. We don't really need it, but I have used it just for funsies. In New Game Plus, you can find molars up there. This one goes over the stump. This one, we managed to get on top of the Brawning box. It was quite the adventure to get up there. And the coffee machine. Shed. Deeper shed. So yeah, now we've just got toilets in the New Game Plus, which I've shown you down here. So what I'm planning on doing on this one... oh, sorry. And before I forget too, one more. It looks gross. It looks disgusting. Now, while this is structured up, and this is, you know, stable-ish, this is absolute chaotic bullshit that I just put up. So, before we got the telepotties, I put another one up here, hoping that if I go greater distances, this would be high enough that I get some actual velocity moving in that direction. Lo and behold, that angle is damn near fucking level. Same with this one. Look at this. Slight. So yeah, there is no speed on them at all. And I'm pretty sure I gotta move this one around. This one actually boops me into the side of this column on the deck here. So this one has to move as well. Well, that's neither here nor there. Let's go back. Let's take a little nap. Oh, but actually, before we take a nap, well, it's nighttime here. Let's take a look at the throne room. See? If you're not intimidated by this throne room with Madame Sweeta sitting on the throne with her big beefy armor on, yeah, look at all the things that we've killed in order to make this throne room happen. Something wrong with it. It's a spooky place. I'll give like a little running around tour with Pete. Also, one thing I like about the construction having this dilapidated feeling, every now and then I have holes in the wall, which aren't strategic, but now are strategic holes because I can move around the base much more freely when I know where all the little gaps in the armor are, you know? And you just like little fun little things where I can parkour in my own base the way I would like to parkour. One thing I would like to do is faster means of getting up there, because right now the only real way I have getting up there is going through the second floor, doing this whole loop-de-doop kind of nonsense. I can do the same thing over here, over by Sweeta's relaxation cottage. And, yep, back in here. Yeah, and move around. So, what I would like to kind of put in at some point is the means to get up here. From inside, but here. So, I was going to bridge a gap here, but I can't move this. This is Madame Sweeta's art installation. This is a turret that Madame Sweeta duct taped a fan to, and this was one of the original portions of the house. And I was going to remove this, cover up this wall, you know, make it look structurally sound, but I just can't remove this. Madame Sweeta has made this art piece. I don't get it. I don't understand it. It's weird as fuck, but I love it. Turret's still functional. The fan doesn't rotate. with the turret, but now it's hard to hit. But trying to get him through our doorways, the two main doorways right here, we got you covered. Bonk. Yeah, full kitchen, showing you that. Now, our chest, like I said, I think I said, I'm going to clean this one up a little bit. Found out that you can just turn them sideways, clean up a lot of space, have a lot more chest. I do like these kind of strewn around chest. This crinkle one is a nightmare. I mean, make me look like a fool, but 9 times out of 10, whenever we want to put something in here, it's actually quite difficult for it to trigger the actual crinkle chest. But of course, game wants to make me look like a fool by showing nothing but me highlighting the crinkle chest. But usually it's quite difficult. Wow. What else is kind of left at this point? I'm not sure what I haven't shown you guys yet. Let's go up on the ref. Show you the ref. But yeah, I like this. New addition. Jump down to the throne room. Throne room has a secret exit, which leads to a Jesus walkway. Look at that. I'm walking on goddamn water. I am him. Most of this base derived from me running of ideas and Madame Sweeta saying, hey, can we do this? And me saying either yes or I don't know, let's find out, and trying it. So up on the roof here. Now this is one of those ones where I'm not a huge fan of how it's kind of sitting. The roof itself has changed several times, but we got multiple access to it. 2 points. If anything, being a farm boy learning from a groundhog, so you always gotta have 2 access points for safety. Now we can do like a little hop over here, which isn't great because I got the little canopy over there, so like it's a little bit funky at times. But one thing we got from the New Year's event that I'm really happy about is all these fireworks. Happy 4th of July. We used to have this right here. Used to be a big overlooking platform that I had the organ on, and a shitload of lights and 2 structures. But that got moved over to Sweeta's throne room. So I'll show you here quickly. Now, all of those lanterns that were there have been kind of displaced throughout the Sweeta base. Have I doubled up one? Yeah, this is a little close. Let's move you more over to here to regulate the light a little better. Yeah. There's a big kind of dark cavity right here, so I can put a light up there, kind of illuminate the roof. But yeah, Sweeta is here, then a runaway base. Ah, goddamn, I love it. Also, leave a few of these items just kicking around here for now. Yeah, this is a work in progress. I had an electrician in here yesterday. Electricians don't clean for shit. Everyone knows that. Yeah, nice little understructure to walk back in. But yes, the roof. Let's go see the roof. Up on the roof here. I gotta replace those staircases with something a little bit nicer than the grass stairs. Yeah. This is probably actually the newest thing I've built on the house. I made like this little walkway connection. Just, you know, for a little more accessibility, a little bit more move around speed. Night shots are pretty. Hello, Ladybug. But, hey, did I just bounce there? No, I think I jumped when I landed. Alright, let's go to bed. Excusez-moi. My zip line in frame. No big deal. Okay. So yeah. This part right here does feel a little congested and claustrophobic-y for me right here. But all in all, though, it still works, still functions. And I like this kind of like seedy underbelly feel right here. Like we gotta go up here to the throne room. Or, you know, it's kind of like this is the workers' trail. This is like, you know, Madam Sweeta needs something. I need to hand her a pair of scissors or something. I just go up here like, here you go. Here's your scissors. Thank you. Bye. I was never here. So, you know, kind of behind the scenes guy that can help out. What else is to show? That might be the majority of the base, to be honest with you guys. Ah, yes. One thing I've added, which is also another kind of just tricky to walk around. This little structure up to the juice box. Showed it briefly, but didn't walk up here with Mr. Pete himself. Over here, we go over here. This is where you just go in, harvest all the acorn. You got all the saps, kind of collecting over here. So this is a really good spot. I like this place because once you unlock the burrs, plenty of burrs in this little corridor here, plenty of weed stems here. The weed stems that grow through the yard in this area, it takes 3 days for them to come back, but still a significant amount of them to be found. This one right here, sweet Jesus, when this one comes back, this one gives us, I don't know, something like 20 plus weed stems. So I feel good about that. Didn't really work anything too much over here other than the occasional staircase. Throughout the map, away from the base, what you're going to see with us is just the occasional staircase that just makes things more convenient to kind of get to molar access when we get to the new games. So right in here, a little staircase into this. Most of the things in this game you can just parkour to, but when we're on new game +2 right now or whatever it is, and however far we're going to go, it's just nice to come back and there's this easy, accessible staircase to all of the not easy and inaccessible areas of the game. Um, Now is the part where I'll probably just ramble like an idiot until I realize I should have cut the video 3 minutes ago. But other than that, love the game, adore the game. Oh yes, this water wall also is a new thing that I built up. And quite fun. If you have any questions on like, hey, how did you get brick underwater? How did you get an underwater pathway? And like that, feel free to ask, guys. Like I said before, there is no best, there's no meta base in this game, I don't think. It's just have fun, enjoy it, make it your own damn base. And it's gonna take some time, and your base is going to evolve. It's going to change if you want it to change. If you want it to look crude and dusty, awesome. If you want it to look fancy and spoofy, awesome. Do what you want. Enjoy it. The game makes it very accessible, and with all of these assets that I've placed throughout the game, if I pause it here, I still see my object limit at the bottom here. I'm a quarter of the way. I can build way, way more. One other thing I built, which maybe you guys watching this can give me a little tip on, and apologies, this is going to take me a minute to get all the way up there. See this zip line here? I've recently made a zip line that attaches to. I found a bee's nest up here, which I'm wondering is just like an asset in the game that they kind of built but didn't put much forethought into, or if this is supposed to be a story element, or at some point in the game, the producers of the game were kind of expecting you to climb all the way up this tree to fight a boss or something. But I kind of feel like there should be, we've got the mantis queen, we got that queen, that king, blah blah blah. I kind of feel like the big bee queen should have been a story plot line where you guys have to manage getting all the way up this tree, complete with more walkways and branches and yada yada, and make this big huge parkour session getting up to here for an end game boss. Thing I'm finding odd is I'm able to attach this. This counts as a wall that I was able to attach a zip line to, but any kind of wooden structure, usually like the wooden structure counts as the first support, doesn't attach. Even tried the angle piece to see maybe it's just like an angle piece thing. So maybe you guys have some advice to me how I can get an establishing piece on here, even though the structure itself is a quote unquote illusion. If I can get one stabilizing piece on here and then built off of that, that would be good. Because even when I zip line up here, you can't. It doesn't really count as the bee, but as you can see, these are non-physical assets. These are things you just float through. You can't really walk through them. I thought maybe the leaves. Nope, leaves are also illusion illusion walls. The beehive itself isn't. So I find it very interesting that this is a physical structure that I can't build anything off of other than zip lines. So they tease you with you can get up here, but you can't do fuck all with it. I got up here, I was in this little cavity, and I thought maybe I can pop a toilet in here, and then just either structure off this or a piece of grass platform off here. I get rid of the zip line and just toilet up here. No, no toilet, no floor, no structure. I don't seem to be able to get that. So my only strategy seems to be I'm going to have to build a structured platform from the very ground up, which from building this platform itself, that it's doable absolutely, but this is probably 1/5 of the height of that, and that still took an immense amount of resources with two people. So anyone got some tips on that one? That'd be great. Other than that, guys, thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. Feel free to ask any questions. I like once again, I'm gonna reiterate myself. I'm gonna repeat. Not really interested in the what is meta build in this, but if you guys have any like little fun tips, if you guys have some cool designs, that's what I really am interested in. I found a lot of cool things you kind of tweak and weird things you can move around. What the fuck's going on there? Um, like little putting a square platform on a curvature. I like little designs like that. Making these little columns, I find very cool. This right here feels congested, but at least I made it symmetrical. But then I have another addition, so I had to build another column. Little things like that. How do you guys kind of manage design and visuals, even though it's not mandatory to increase, to make the structure look appropriate? What's some cool design concepts that you really like in this game? Even for me, these like little curved archways on this kind of shit. I enjoy it. I like it. You can do another thing like that, where you just pop a symmetrical one like that, and then now I can make a double thing, like I have in other locations. It's just little things like that I find very, very cool. So if you have any kind of like cool, nifty design things, I might have already incorporated the design into here, but there's just so much going on. What the fuck popsicle is that? I don't know. But there's still plenty of tweaking. There's plenty of fun to be had. Um, yeah. How doth one end a video? Ah, help. Alright, gang. Thanks again. I'm gonna stop the video here, and then I don't think I'm gonna edit it. Just whip this bitch onto YouTube and see what happens. Alright, gang. Take care.